I met with some of the opposition leaders very briefly, those who are not in government after the speech, and I told them, you have a legally elected government, and we're going to work with that government, but we're also always going to be listening to all elements of Kenyan society. It was funny, though, that one of the opposition leaders, I won't mention who, was saying, we really need you to press the Kenyan government on some issues. And I had to say to him, I said, I remember when you were in government, you kept on saying, are you trying to interfere with Kenya's business? You should mind your own business. So everybody wants the United States to be very involved when they're not in power, and when they're in power, they want the United States to mind their own business. I think the way that we are going to operate is just to continue to be honest and to promote the kinds of policies and interests that we believe in. But ultimately, and this is probably a good way to close, ultimately I just want to remind everybody that Kenya's prosperity, its freedom, its opportunity, the strength of its democracy is going to depend on Kenyans. It's not going to depend on somebody else. There was a time post-colonial Cold War when the big major powers were constantly interfering and determining what was happening in other countries. And frankly, the United States sometimes was involved in trying to decide who should be in charge of countries. But that honestly has changed. Our policy is to respect the sovereignty of nations and to recognize that it's ultimately up to the people of those countries to determine who leads them and their form of government. But we are not going to apologize for believing in certain values and ideals. And I may interact with a government out of necessity where we have common interests. But if there are areas where I disagree, I will also be very blunt in my disagreement. And that's true whether it's Russia or China or some of our European friends or a great friend like Kenya. The good news is that overall, the United States and Kenya have so much in common, so much shared history, such strong people-to-people ties, that the disagreements we have, regardless of who's in power, tend to be far fewer than all the areas where we have work to do together. But I'm very encouraged to see that we've got such a strong civil society that's going to help move Kenya forward and also help create a stronger relationship between the United States and Kenya for years to come. So thank you for being here. It was a great conversation.